What's up, guys? It's your boy Champ. We're here. We don't even need to complete the goal, guys, but I want to start it already. Okay, I'm supposed to do, or I wanted to do, nobody's forcing me to do this, but I wanted to do matchup specific videos out of all the characters of Dhalsim versus X character. This is not like your usual tutorial, but it's basically kind of like the do's and don'ts of what you can do on certain things, and I want to do that versus like every character, you know. So basically we're gonna have many of these kind of like, I would say shortish kind of videos, you know. It's not the longest because it's just one character versus Dhalsim, but we're gonna multiply this up to like how many matchups are there, right? And then I am also planning on doing a beginner's guide, which I'm already starting to cook, which is, that one is a little bit harder because that beginner guide is basically for anybody that's like in the silver, gold, or just trying to like get into the game and they sort of like Dhalsim and they want to get to platinum, etc., you know. And then I'm planning on to have like another guide for the platinum, high platinum to diamond, closer to master, right? Because the master, what I've noticed is that they don't need an actual specific video just for them. The reason why they're stuck in a certain MMR is because they don't have matchup specifics. This is why I decided, you know what, we need 20 videos. So I'm gonna have to make 22 videos. But we have a goal, and I want it to be 1 year. But y'all just started, you know, supporting it with the Dhalsim guide. So we're gonna just release one matchup today. And I believe we should start with Honda, okay? Some people, I've shown this thing many times, and I think this can help a lot of people, you know? So, for instance, with Honda, this has been a problematic matchup for most of the people that I'm coaching, or that I've coached, actually at least like 6 of them having issues with this matchup. And I told them this is one of the easier matchups in the game with high volatility. So what does that mean is like you can still lose to Honda, and it gets difficult the more you don't follow the rules. So there's just like a few rules you need to do in this matchup, okay? In this matchup particularly, people struggling versus let me just set this up correctly first. Put the sumo headbutt here, and then we're gonna put the butt slam here, sumo smash, whatever. Okay, put him on block so we can illustrate. So anyways, so at this range, you don't want to fight Honda in this range, duh. Okay, compared to the other matchups from the future videos. Okay, there's gonna be matches you want to play here, but Honda, you fight him around this range. And it's like, why is that? Because in this range you can successfully anti-air every single butt slam with a back roundhouse or the air-to-air, okay? But in this range, you might have to get mixed up because the butt slam might cross up and might mess up your input with this back medium punch. If he crosses you up, it's gonna be a forward medium punch instead, and then you're gonna die, and then the risk reward is not in his favor. So at this range, this is where you wanna fight, okay? But that's your, I would say your checkpoint starting of your goal is that, okay? That's your base strategy. This is where you want to be, or here, okay? That's your comfort area, here or here. Your entire like objective is to get one fireball out here, okay? Whatever you may take, okay? You want to take a fireball out here. Honda is one of those characters that cannot get around your fireballs at that range, okay? That you can always anti-air him. For instance, look, does not matter what he does, I promise you. I promise y'all. So if you throw here, you can always do this. If whatever jump timing he does, if he jump early, he lands on the second fireball. If he jumps late, he lands on the fierce. Does that make sense? So fireball, fireball. If he jumps late, which some people would do, they land there. So it's basically kind of like an OS situation, okay? All right. All right, so let's say delay it like a normal human being would. Like that. They still land on it. And this is me and an absolute full screen. I'm telling you, this, like, that's your goal, basically, to stay in the 3/4 range and full screen range, right? Okay. So now this is gonna be quite difficult because we're gonna do a lot of these kind of videos for every matchup anyways. But like those things. So now you want to fight Honda around this range. I mean, this range, sorry. So now when you're in this range, you only have a couple rules, okay? So this is your comfort area, you throw a bunch of fireballs, you zone him, you float, okay? And the headbutt, so you don't use a lot of normal, so against Honda, because you lose to headbutts in general, okay? For example, if you're doing this, whatever you do, you just die. Does that make sense? And so you can't play traditional matchup versus him because you just gotta get headbutted. And then you're gonna get uncomfortable, and then you wanna throw a fireball because you're afraid, and then he jumps at you and you die. So naturally, it feels so uncomfortable for anybody to play this matchup. But what you need to do is to stay here, and this is where you throw your fireballs, and you don't throw a lot of normals. You only throw one normal, and then that's it. Okay, so let's say for instance, I'm here, for example, I do one normal, right? I float. If he does that, you punish. Okay, look, one normal, float. Super. If you're here neutral, float. Always float, okay? Okay, let's see what happens if he doesn't headbutt. If he doesn't headbutt and you just happen to float. He jumps, you roundhouse. Option 2 was covered, right? Option 1 was he headbutt, you punish. He jumps, you float, you roundhouse, okay? He sumo splash, which he shouldn't do. It basically covers every option that he can do. Does that make sense? If he doesn't do anything, throw a fireball for your safety, just in case. At the end of it, he decides to be cute. Okay? So you have 4 decisions. Normal or any action. This action, this is an action. This is an action. This is second step. Okay? So one action equals into next step. Alright? Make sense? So those things you gotta do. Alright, so that's this part. Alright, so and then if you happen to fight the Honda in this range because he forced it for whatever reason, this is gonna be standard that you're gonna have to deal with him. If he decides to start, I mean, in this range, this is really dangerous, and this is the time when the butt slam becomes dangerous for Dhalsim, right? Okay. Because it's really hard to enter this in this range, right? Every Dhalsim dies here versus Honda, which is normal, right? Okay, so if you're in this range, you anti-air with this, right? We call this this is kind of like a comfort area, okay? Which we can float, we can throw fireballs, we can anti-air all his jump-ins, okay? From here to here. The moment you get closer here, everything that I told you, you don't do. So these are the rules that you just gotta do. So at this range, to how you're playing your neutral to whatever rank or level that you're in, you don't anti-air here. All you do is parry. If you try to anti-air, right? This is your anti-air here is a parry. Okay? That's your anti-air here because it's not worth it to anti-air because you could just die. Okay, that's your option 1 to anti-air here or to stop the butt slam is a parry, alright? Alright, so this is a bit advanced for the lower ranks, but you can OS the drive reversal. So the timing would be you press parry, or that's your goal is to try the perfect parry, okay? You're gonna have the intent to hopefully get a perfect parry. And then you input immediately. So parry, immediately after you do the parry input, forward plus heavy punch and heavy kick, alright? So now, see, I inputted it, but I don't get the drive reversal if I do get a perfect parry, okay? So that's your OS, that's your first layer of options here to stop a butt slam in the danger zone. Remember, this is the danger zone, this is not your comfort zone. Comfort zone's here, all the way here. This is danger zone versus Honda, okay? It's the same rule applies here, which is you only have one poke action. You don't have next option. Because here, you cannot float here, I swear. You're just basically dead. Okay? Alright, see? So here, it's just one poke, wait, here. You want to poke, and then you do the OS, which is parry, and then grab reversal, OS. Okay? That's an option. Okay? Second option you have here after one poke is, if you expect it, is to AA with jump medium punch. Okay? Worst case, you trade, but you're plus 25. Right? You can do jump medium punch, then float. If you are in the danger zone. Okay? I mean, I don't have a best way to call it, but I call it danger zone because it's not comfort zone. Alright? You just repeat the same process against him in this range. Worst case scenario, we will trade. If he butt slams there. Like, at higher level, we don't have to worry about Hondas anymore. But I get so many messages every day, I swear to God, about how to fight Honda. And this is how you fight him, okay? So this is the danger zone, comfort zone. So here. So this is like, mind you, you only need to exist to beat him. You don't necessarily need to make plays. He needs to constantly take risks to beat you, right? And then at this range, you just keep throwing fireballs, annoy him, follow the rules of one poke at a time, okay? Anti-air with this. At this range now, you can have all the anti-air that you want. See? This is why this range is good, because you can stop the butt slams. You can even do this. But this is by far the most consistent, is the jump medium punch float. You get fireball. Boom. Perfect every time. Okay? Okay. Also try to punish this this scenario. Practice this. For the lower ranks, this can be a little bit difficult to execute for them. But if you're a master, you can do this all the time. But yeah, try to super like that. There's some people having issues to do those because you might have to hold your controller a certain way and you have to buffer it the other way, you know? Because you're floating, right? And then you have to press forward while you're hovering if it does happen to headbutt. You only have one poke at a time. You can't do rapid fire pokes. One poke at a time, one action, remember, and then that. You don't have double poke against Honda, see? You can try to be cute and be specific and do that, sure. Risk reward is not in your favor at all. Even if you can stop it, you can beat it, I swear. But it's not worth it, I swear. You try to be cute, you can do those things. Yeah, but it doesn't. If you know they're gonna headbutt, why are you gonna back medium kick? Right? You just do this and you get more damage overall. Anyways, so now we go for the, I would call this the Diamond Early Master mix. Okay, this is only for a Diamonds and Early Master. Okay, this works. I played Honda, so for fun at least, and this works all the time until you get to like 1800 plus, and it becomes obsolete. Okay, this is what Honda does to everybody at those ranks, and it does work all the time. Okay. So this is how you stop this. Okay, I've showed this on stream a few times already. Alright, so Honda would do this. Alright, and then he does this. I'm sure everybody had to deal with that. After the command grab, they do that. Or after the super, they do those. Okay? I don't have... Everybody had to deal with that at one point, okay? Why is it super strong? Oh. You had one job. Okay, there. Because some people try to anti-air, they die. You know, like this. They anti-air, they try to be cute. They do everything that they can, right? Okay, this is how you counter this. Okay, obviously the parry, because that's the danger zone, but I'm not gonna tell you to parry here. Okay, can you just please, let me do the save state better. This is how you counter it. Okay. Okay, ready, go. Okay. If you ask me, how did that work, Ryan? Well, the commander of Honda, he's only +7. That's not really that plus. Actually, after the Ocho, if you fight Honda in general, he does not have actual frame advantage on an Ocho grab. Look, he's only +7. He does not have any other mix after that. So I just know this, that if you have a significant life lead versus Honda mid-screen, and you're mid-screen, just block, don't try to hold up. It does a lot of damage, but what I mean is that the mix or the pressure ends the moment he Ocho grabs you, okay? So just block, or try to drive reversal a few, but if you want to play it safe, just block it, take the Ocho grab if you have enough life to take it, okay? Because after that, there's no more mix. In the corner, it still applies because it's only +7, okay? So when he gets in the air, teleport and punish him afterwards. Okay, so it's not real, right? So you could just teleport the other side, and then you fuck him up for it. Okay. Okay, Honda, one more. Teleport the other side. 100%. That's the only mix they do, guys. That's the only mix they do. Okay? I did that, so I know what I'm talking about this, okay? That's the only thing they do, and it's not real. Okay? It's +7. You can also be cute and do this, but this gets more advanced and advanced. This is what pros would do. We do option select and do that, and then they can turn around and fucking punish him coming down. See, you're +12, but you're even more plus there because you're in the driver state. You can do parry. If he fucking goes up, you can do drive rush forward, and then you can even kill him for it. And that's where people will do. This is why you don't see this shit in high level play. Hold the parry there, look. So that's also another option, right? I didn't get a dash, but you get the point. You parry, dash forward, boom. Or you just teleport, do this thing. The same thing applies. Remember, guys, no anti-airs here. You don't anti-air here if he's ducking or after a poke. Okay, sure, if you're here, he forced it, he got a drive rush, and you poke him, and then he doesn't really have a charge, he's walking forward, then yes, you could anti-air because he cannot butt slam or headbutt during this time, right? He cannot. So you can anti-air. But if he's ducking or he block a poke, then he would have a charge. Then you only have one poke. If you're in the danger zone, wait. Just keep walking back until you get to the promised land. You get the promised land, float. Okay, get your fireball out. Now you have full control again. Repeat the process. You can now keep throwing, chugging fireballs at him. He cannot jump. I promise you, you can always back Pierce wherever he's at, because he's quite a big character. Okay? Any butt slam, air to air, repeat the process, and that's usually the guide that you can follow in this matchup. There's only your comfort zone and danger zone. So if you're in comfort zone, you do these things. If you're in danger zone, you don't do a few things, but you can do some things. Just follow them, and that's it. Okay? There's not much into it. I promise y'all. That's the entirety of the matchup, and how well you execute these things mixed in with your actual game, and then your win rate versus Honda will increase at whatever level that you guys are in. You know, obviously this does not apply in the pro level, because in pro level Honda is non-existent anymore.